Hi guys! It's been a little bit since my last update, so I thought I'd fill you in on what I've been up to. I've been working for the last 2 months at a local garden center, and it's a little bit different than what I was expecting. Before you ask me whatever happened to starting a letterpress studio, I'm still going to do that. I just ran into a few delays getting my press. I'll tell you all about that another time. As for the garden center, I love flowers and being outside and gardening, and I thought working at a garden center would be a perfect mix of all of those things. So this is a little behind the scenes of working at a garden center. I work in their plant nursery, where we sell trees and shrubs and ground cover and vines and topsoil and mulch and water gardening supplies and statues. When I started working in early spring, the first thing we had to do was bring our plants and trees out of storage. These ones were kept over winter in one of our poly houses. We also have new plants delivered by the truckload from our farms or other growers. Look at all this lilac. I love lilacs. I love a quiet morning where I can do some tagging. Each plant needs to be tagged for sale. And then they're brought to our covered walkway for distribution to the various display beds where the customers can buy them. This job is a lot of moving plants around. This job also entails setting up displays, watering, weeding, and answering phone calls.
Call on 3, Nursery, line 3.
There are a lot of phone calls. Usually people want to know what we have in stock and how much it costs, but sometimes they're just calling about basic plant care, like how to prune a hydrangea. This job is really a customer service position, and I spend most of my day informing customers how to properly care for their plants, the right growing conditions, like soil and sun requirements. When I first started this job, I was so overwhelmed. I didn't study horticulture like most of my coworkers. I used to be a graphic designer. I was just not sure I could cut it. Like, I have a passion for plants, but, you know, I was worried it wasn't enough. I spent a lot of my free time researching. I watched videos and would Google things like how fast redbud trees grow, and what sycamore trees look like, and which fruit trees are self-pollinating. Just learning as much as I could about these plants. Most of which I'd never even heard of. Things like spirea and viburnum and azaleas and pieris and redbuds, wogelia, ninebark, mock orange, deutzia, fothergilla, winterberry, chokeberry, barberry, hinoki false cypress, potentilla, and don't even get me started on hydrangeas. And so even though it's only been a couple of months, I really feel like I've learned a lot. It's been an interesting challenge, but I do feel like I've only shown you the peaceful moments of this job, which isn't the case. Honestly, I thought it would be a low-stress position, and most of my days are super hectic. I'm running from phone calls to answering customers' questions, to hauling plants, to running across the nursery to check the price or whether we have a plant still in stock. It's exhausting work, and it's a retail position, which means I work Saturdays now, which is so bizarre. Sometimes the weather is beautiful, 80 degrees and sunny, but in the span of a week, it can also look like this. At the end of the day, I'm usually covered in dirt and disheveled and exhausted. But on the other hand, I love that I get to work outside. Saw something pretty cool yesterday. Little bird nest. And I'm helping people, and I'm learning so much. I get to geek out over plants with my coworkers. And every day is different. It's tricky because I took a position where my paychecks are a fraction of what they were at my last job, but I think it was the right choice. It was the solution I had for coping with burnout, and I'm happier than I've been at work in a while, and maybe it's the extra sunlight. Anyways, happy spring, you guys. Go support your local garden center if you can. See you next time.